Luke, how's practice today?
It was a good, productive practice. We're coming together as a group, and it was really productive day.
Yeah, how did you think you did last week in the year start?
First start at the college level, I was a little nervous going into it, but I settled down once the game got started. But we didn't come up with a win, so always could be better.
How much of a transition is that from playing? I know you played a lot of guard to play center. It's a little different position.
It's a little different, having to snap the ball, and like center is usually making a lot more calls and stuff,
Yeah.
and so it's a little bit of a transition. But last year I got to sit and watch Maka and KD, and learned a lot from those guys, and so because of that, I think it helped me get ready this season.
Did you know that you might play center at some point, or was it something that you aspired to do during your time here?
I just I played all five in high school, so I knew there was always a chance of playing center. I played a little bit my true freshman year, and being coming out of a high school, being a versatile guy, you got to be ready at all five. So when they said center, I was ready to roll.
Do you think that's pretty common that a guy would move around to that many spots, or was there a reason you were kind of doing a little bit of everything up front?
I think it's pretty common, especially for. Yeah, it's pretty common for guys, if you want to be a good player, just being ready at all positions. That's the best. The best ability is availability.
How did you feel about the way the offensive line played overall last weekend?
I thought we played pretty well, but we have to do better because we got to get that win.
How difficult is it when you have some shuffles like that and some new guys coming in for the group to kind of maintain that continuity and play at a high level?
Well, everybody kind of we moved around a little bit in camp and stuff like that, so we were ready to roll, just in case something happened.
What was it like for you to get that opportunity for the first time? What did it mean just to be in the starting lineup?
It was an honor, getting to watch, the guys in front of me, and finally getting that opportunity to represent the Triangle is just a blessing.
What about your journey here so far? What have you liked everything? You thought it was everything it was going to be when you first came here?
Yeah, I mean, my first year I struggled with some injuries, so that's never fun. But it's been a great decision. Coach Traylor and his staff have been wonderful. Coach Kurt is awesome. I've learned so much from him. My offensive line IQ has jumped tremendously since I've gotten here to college, and it's been a great experience.
You guys go to Tennessee this weekend. Are you ready, or what are you expecting from the game?
I mean, they're a great team. They're SEC, top 10 last year.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be a great challenge for us, especially up front. And I think we'll be ready for it. We just have to communicate and play for each other and play for the Triangle.
Coach Traylor was just telling us you had a couple injuries in high school too. How did that impact you as you were kind of getting your start here?
I hurt I had a hip injury my senior year of high school, and it didn't really affect me once I got here because I was able to heal that. I didn't play my senior year, but I was able to heal that whole year and take my time recovering and stuff like that. Then I came in this summer. I think all of my injuries my first year were just, kind of freak. And, when you hadn't played football in a whole year, it's kind of tough on your body when you come back. And so luckily I haven't really had anything since then. So been very blessed.
Was it until that second year that you started to feel kind of back to normal, or when did you feel like you were back to yourself?
I started to feel back to myself probably this spring after my first year. It took a little bit to get back into the groove of things, and there's always just when you have that many injuries in a row, you kind of have some doubt in the back of your mind. But so it took me a little bit to get over that, but I'm feeling 100% now. So.
As you've gone through now a couple of years in a college system, how can you say you've developed as a player? What's different about you compared to when you first got here?
Definitely an offensive line IQ standpoint. When I first got here, from the high school level, there's a lot of moving parts on defense. You don't see a lot of the stuff that you see at the college level defensively, and so that's I think my biggest jump is from a mental standpoint.
What's the physical part been like? I think you were listed at 305 as a freshman, and now you're up to 330.
Yeah. The weight room has been a big part of it. I came in, I wasn't very strong, and not being able to squat and stuff with that injury in high school, I've put on a tremendous amount of strength. I think my bench press has probably gone up 100 pounds, squats gone up a lot, and because of that, I think I've put on a lot of muscle, and got to be big to block those big boys up front.
Do you enjoy the weight room, or is that something you kind of have to find some motivation within yourself?
No, I do enjoy it. You know, Coach Esteban is awesome in there, and you know, he just makes it fun for us to train and get after it.
What's the mental aspect of jumping into this starting center role? A lot of communication you're responsible for, right? You kind of take that, does that something comes natural to you?
Not at first, but you know, I think I've kind of grown into that. You know, being able to, you know, I kind of it's very different from playing guard last year. You know, Mako was kind of the general last year. You know, but obviously, like I said earlier, I got to watch him and learn from him, and because of that, I've been able to pick it up pretty well, I think.
You didn't have the most veteran guys next to you at guard either, so Coach Flair was telling us you kind of had to handle a lot of this communication yourself. How did you feel like you managed it in the first game, that opportunity?
I thought we managed it pretty well. I mean, we obviously missed some stuff here and there. You know, we got to clean that up. But I thought we did pretty well. You know, I have a lot of trust in Vinley and Corey, and obviously T. Haynes played a little bit last game, and you know, he's awesome. You know, he's a veteran guy, and Vinley is basically a veteran now, so he knows everything that I do, and so that helps a lot.
Was there anything that surprised you about the experience of playing, whether it was that communication side or something else?
Nothing really surprised me too much. You know, Army was a great team. They played hard, and they were pretty twitchy up front. And you know, just getting used to the speed of the game, you know, kind of surprised me a little bit. But other than that, not really.
Good deal.
Thank
Appreciate it.
you.
Thanks a lot.